Book of Enoch. Its history, authorship, and preservation over the ages. The Bible, a sacred book revered by billions, contains countless mysteries. But there is one book that was once considered significant, so much so that it was even quoted in the Bible itself. Yet it was not included in the official canon we know today. That book is the Book of Enoch. Who was the true author of the Book of Enoch? How has it been preserved through millennia? And why was it removed from the Bible? Let's uncover the untold secrets behind this mysterious text. 1. Was the Book of Enoch really written by Enoch? The Book of Enoch is one of the most controversial ancient texts in religious history. According to Jewish and Christian tradition, it was written by Enoch, the great-grandfather of Noah, who recorded visions and revelations from God. However, upon closer examination, we find that this book was not the work of a single individual, but rather a compilation of texts written over several centuries. So how did the Book of Enoch actually come into existence? Enoch, the mysterious figure in the Bible. In Genesis 5:24, Enoch is described as someone who walked with God, then he was no more because God took him away. Unlike other biblical figures who lived and died, Enoch was seemingly taken up to heaven without experiencing death. Because of this, many traditions regard Enoch as a figure who had a special relationship with God, possibly receiving divine knowledge beyond human comprehension. But if Enoch was taken away by God, how could he have written a book? The answer lies in the fact that the Book of Enoch is not a single, original document written at one point in time, but rather a collection of texts that were compiled, edited, and expanded upon by multiple authors over centuries. The Book of Enoch, a compilation of texts over centuries. Linguistic and textual analysis reveals that the Book of Enoch is not one single document, but rather a compilation of various writings from different periods. The 5 main sections of the Book of Enoch. The Book of Enoch is actually divided into 5 distinct parts, each of which may have been written by different authors. 1. The Book of the Watchers, chapters 1 to 36. Written around the 3rd century BCE, describes the story of the Watchers, angels who fell from grace after desiring human women and fathering the Nephilim, giant hybrid beings. This section is one of the reasons why the Book of Enoch was excluded from the Bible, as it presents an alternative explanation for the origin of sin. 2. The Book of Parables, chapters 37 to 71. Likely written in the 1st century BCE or 1st century CE. Contains prophecies about a mysterious figure called the Son of Man, who will come to judge the world. Some scholars believe this is one of the earliest texts referring to the Messiah, potentially influencing Christian beliefs about Jesus Christ. The Astronomical Book, chapters 72 to 82. Possibly written in the 3rd or 2nd century BCE. Contains detailed descriptions of the universe, lunar solar calendars, and astronomical cycles. Surprisingly accurate observations that seem advanced for its time. The Book of Dreams, chapters 83 to 90, are written around the 2nd century BCE. Symbolically describes the rise and fall of empires, offering prophetic insights into world history. 5. The Epistle of Enoch, chapters 91 to 108, likely written in the 2nd or 1st century BCE. Contains ethical teachings and warnings about the coming judgment. Each section has a distinct literary style, reinforcing the idea that the Book of Enoch was not authored by a single person, but rather evolved over centuries. The influence of the Book of Enoch on the Bible. A little-known fact is that the Book of Enoch had a significant impact on both the Old and New Testaments. The Apostle Jude directly quotes from the Book of Enoch in Jude 1:14 to 15, proving that early Christians considered it an authoritative text. Many concepts from Enoch, such as fallen angels, divine judgment, and the coming Messiah, appear in the Bible. Some scholars believe that the idea of Lucifer's fall in the Old Testament may have been influenced by the story of the Watchers in the Book of Enoch. Why was the Book of Enoch removed from the Bible? If this book was so influential, why was it excluded from the official biblical canon? There are several key reasons. 1. The early church sought theological unity. The mystical accounts of fallen angels and the Nephilim were controversial and difficult to regulate. 2. Some of its content contradicted mainstream theology. The Book of Enoch details the fall of angels in great detail, which was not aligned with early church teachings. Third, it contained esoteric knowledge. Its astronomical and cosmological descriptions raised questions about the nature of divine revelation. However, the Book of Enoch was not completely forgotten. It remained a part of some Christian traditions, most notably in the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, which still considers it part of their official biblical canon. Conclusion. So, was the Book of Enoch really written by Enoch? The answer is no, at least not in its entirety. It is a collection of texts written by multiple authors over a span of several centuries, 3rd century BCE, 1st century CE. It contains mystical and prophetic ideas that influence both the Old and New Testaments. It was once considered a sacred text, but was removed from the Bible due to its controversial content. Even though it was excluded from the canon, the Book of Enoch continues to intrigue scholars, theologians, and seekers of hidden knowledge. This raises a bigger question. How many other religious mysteries have been hidden or lost to history? What do you think about the Book of Enoch? Is it a forgotten treasure of wisdom or just another ancient myth? Share your thoughts in the comments below. 3. Who preserved the Book of Enoch for thousands of years? After being removed from the official biblical canon, the Book of Enoch seemed to have vanished, but it was never completely forgotten. The ancient Ethiopian churches safeguarded the Book of Enoch for more than 1,500 years. Incredibly, even today, the Ethiopian Orthodox Church still considers it an official part of the Bible. The Qumran Jews, Essenes community, meticulously copied the Book of Enoch onto the Dead Sea Scrolls, one of the most significant archaeological discoveries related to biblical texts. Medieval scholars and mystics secretly studied and copied its contents, preserving its knowledge despite its exclusion from the mainstream Christian tradition. But the most intriguing mystery remains. Why was Ethiopia the only place that preserved the Book of Enoch while the rest of the Christian world abandoned it? Some theories suggest that Ethiopia may have possessed esoteric knowledge about theology and angels that the Western Church did not want to be widely known. The guardians of this book may have been entrusted with a divine mission, to protect a secret that was not meant for everyone. Another compelling question arises. Do the Ethiopian manuscripts of the Book of Enoch contain details that the Western copies do not? Could there have been alterations in other translations to remove certain knowledge? The hidden secrets of the Book of Enoch. What the Church doesn't want you to know. There are parts of the Book of Enoch that few people talk about, sections that may contain deep spiritual and mystical truths that have been hidden from the public eye. Detailed descriptions of the spirit world and the judgment of angels. Some believe this reveals too much about the supernatural realm, knowledge that humanity was not meant to understand. A prophecy of a catastrophic final judgment, not only for humanity but also for the fallen angels, a concept rarely seen in other biblical books. A mysterious prophecy about a coming messianic figure, which may relate to Jesus Christ or possibly another hidden entity that has been concealed from historical records. Could the Book of Enoch contain knowledge that humanity is not ready for? Many of the teachings in the Book of Enoch seem to go beyond conventional biblical wisdom. This raises an unsettling question. Was this knowledge deliberately suppressed? Were certain parts removed because they challenged the theological structure that the church was trying to establish? Or does the Book of Enoch contain revelations that could change our understanding of divinity, the afterlife, and the unseen forces at work in the universe? Final conclusion, the Book of Enoch, a forbidden text or a missing piece of the Bible. Although it was removed from the official Bible, the Book of Enoch has survived for thousands of years, protected by mysterious communities. It remains a treasure trove of knowledge about angels, the Nephilim, and the supernatural world. It may contain warnings and insights that humanity is still not prepared to fully understand. And most importantly, it raises the ultimate question: how many truths within the Bible have been hidden from us? What do you think about the Book of Enoch? Is it a divine scripture or a buried mystery? Drop a comment below and join the discussion.